Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for rest we are here to talk. So we were following our Rising Brain pattern wise DSA sheet, and in this we will start the third pattern of array, that is prefix sum, and today we will do the very first question from this. So here is the problem name. The problem is subarray sum equals k, and here is the problem statement. It says you will be given an array of integers, an integer value k, and we have to return the total number of subarrays whose sum is exactly equals to k. Okay, so we have to calculate all such subarrays whose sum is equal to k. Now let's see the constraint. Constraint says the num's length will be 2 into 10 power 4. Okay, so O of n time complexity will be 2 into 10 power 4 and n square will be 4 into 10 power 8. And you know, beyond 10 power 8, it might give you TLE or else it will be very slow. Means we have to optimize here. But before that, we will see our brute force code. Now let's see the nums of I value. It says the number value, like integer value in the array, can be negative also. Remember, because all these points will help us to identify which optimization technique we have to use. And here k, which is target, can also be negative or positive, means minus 10 power 7 to 10 power 7, and you know till 10 power 9 integer can hold it. So okay, no problem in target value. Without wasting further time, let's start. So here is our integer array. You will be given, and we have been given one more thing, that is k is equal to 3, that is target. So we have to find all such subarrays whose sum is equal to 3. So don't you think if we can print all such subarrays and we can simply add all the numbers in that subarray, and then we will check if the summation equal to k, then we can add it, means count plus plus. Yes. So what I am saying is we will start our L pointer from 0 index, okay, and I want to count subarrays from this. So I will count this, I will check this, I will check this, but remember, only count those subarrays whose sum equal to 3. So basically we need a sum variable also to hold this index value summation. Then we will add this, it will become 0. Then we will add this also, again it will become 0. Then we will take this subarray, the subarray sum is 1. Then we will take this, and yes, we can say yes, now current subarray sum is 3, so we can include this in our answer. Correct? Yes. Then again we will move forward and we will add this. After adding this, it will become total 2. Correct? And now we will count this also, and total 5. So hence, with the starting L index from 0, we have found only one valid subarray. Correct? Next time we would move this left pointer ahead, and now we will start our another pointer from this index. So now we will add this, this will give minus 1, not valid. Again this is still minus 1, not valid. Now this is still minus 1. Now 0, not valid. Now we will add this and it will become 2, but we are looking for exactly 3, not valid. Again we will add this, and now this will become 1. Still it is not valid, and we will add this also 3 and it will become 4. Means we have not found any such subarray starting with this index which gave us summation 3. So now again we will move this left pointer ahead, and again the another pointer will start from the same. So can we say we are actually running our left pointer from 0 to last index, and for every left pointer we are running a new pointer, let's say right pointer, from the same index till last index? Yes. So we can code it also. So let's write the pseudo code for this. We are saying we will initialize a left pointer from 0 and we want to run till nums dot length, and we will do left plus plus. Inside it, we want to do the summation also for every subarray. So we will initialize a sum variable here, and now we will start our another loop, that is right pointer, that will start from left pointer only, and we want to run it till nums dot length same, and right plus plus. Correct? Now what we want to do, in the summation variable we want to add nums of right pointer. After adding, we have to check if our summation is equal to k, then we can say yes, this subarray is valid, and basically we don't have to print the subarray, we have to count the subarray. So inside it we will do count plus plus. Correct? And after coming out of the whole for loop, we can say yes, we can return our count, and that is our answer. So the very first subarray was this as an answer. Correct? Because this subarray has summation what? Has summation 3. Now we can consider this also as a sub answer, because this subarray also has summation 3. Correct? Yes. Now we can consider this as a sub answer having summation 3. Yes. and 3 alone as a sub answer here. Okay, so here in this case we have found 4 different types of subarrays. So with this approach, let's see the time complexity in this case. The very first loop is running from 0 index to last index, and the second loop, R index, is actually starting for every L and going till last. So basically I can say R pointer is running for every L pointer for n number of times. So in total O of n square time complexity. So here is the code, you can check. Okay, we have started the count variable, initialize the count variable, and we are running this I pointer from 0 index to last, and we are initializing the sum variable to calculate the summation of every subarray, and then second pointer we are running from I index, and inside it we are adding it and we are checking if summation of that subarray is equal to k. Then we are doing the count plus plus, and at the end we will return. If you will run this, it will pass, and if you will submit, even the time complexity was O of n square, still it will get submitted, but it will be very slow. So hence the constraint is 2 into 10 power 4. So we can think of optimizing here. Correct? So whenever we talk about optimization, we always consider 4 different patterns of arrays which we have learned in the very first video of this playlist. And those patterns, if you remember, those were 2 pointers, sliding window, prefix sum, and cadence algorithm. 2 pointers we always use whenever we need exactly 2 points and nothing in between. But here if you can see, we have to calculate the subarray sum, so we care about everything in between. Okay, so we can ignore 2 pointers. Sliding window works for the similar case when we want to calculate the continuous sum. But there is one extra condition, if you remember, कि whenever negative number becomes a part of sliding window fails, and we have to use the cadence algorithm there. So hence we can ignore 2 pointers and sliding window in this case. Now if you will talk about cadence definitely works in negative case, but only to find the maximum sum, not to calculate number of subarrays. So hence in this case cadence algo will also fail, and we will go with the prefix sum approach here. Now let's see how prefix sum will help us. Here also we need the continuous summation of the subarray, correct? And prefix sum says कि yes, we apply whenever we need to count the continuous summation from a particular index to particular index and for multiple queries, correct? And here also we will answer the multiple queries, and that query we will make for ourselves. Let's see how. So if you will see here, the current summation is 1. So let's see how prefix sum helps here. So we will calculate this. So suppose in the sum variable we will count this one value. So now we will check, is this equal to 3? No, it is not. Next time we will add -1 also, so it will become 0. Is this equal to 3? No, it is not. So next time we will add this 0. Still it is 0. No, it is not. Next time we will add this 1. Now it will become 1. Is it equal to 3? No, it is not. Again we will add this 2, and now it will become 3. And now we can say ki yes, it is a valid subarray. But wait, it is a valid subarray. But how to say how many number of counts here? If you are thinking we will do count plus plus, but I am not thinking for that, because if you are thinking ki we will do count plus plus for this valid, so in that case you have to count for multiple subarrays like how we have done in the brute force. But here I am not thinking for 2 loops. I am thinking to only use 1 loop, and in one go if we can calculate or not. Yes, we can do something like that. But in one go if you want to calculate the number of subarrays, how can you do that? The only count variable won't help you. And if you are thinking for that count where we were doing right minus left to plus 1 length, that will also not be valid. Because if you remember, that technique was good to calculate the number of subarrays, but only when we were doing for at most. At most means less than equal to k. But here we are thinking for exactly k. And whenever we have to count number of subarrays for exactly k, we always go with prefix sum with hash map, because hash map help us to count the number of frequencies of the subarrays. So hence that was the proof ki why not we will go with the length count variable for total number of counting of subarrays, and why not to go with the sliding window also. So we will do the summation, but whatever summation we will get, that we will store as a key in the hash map. Let's see how that will help us. So suppose I am saying I will use a hash map here, correct? And what is the first value I got here? 1. So inside the map I will put 1 I got for one time. So one summation I got for one time. Now I will move this pointer ahead and I will add -1. And now it will become total prefix sum summation will become 0. And for 0 I don't have anything, so I will add 0 also for 1. Correct? Now next time I will move ahead and now it will become 0 only. So now the frequency I will increase, so the frequency count will become 2. So I can directly write here 2. Again I will move here and I will say total summation is 1. Total summation I am saying, okay, total summation from left to right point. So total summation is 1. So do we have any 1 in the map? Yes, we have. So we will increment that counter also for 1 and it will become 2 now. Correct? Next time again we will move this pointer ahead and I will put it at 2. Now what is the total summation? Total summation will become 3. Yes, and in 3 we will put 1. But wait, isn't it this the same value which we were looking for? Yes, this is the same value for what we were looking. But how to calculate the number of count, like number of subarrays? So basically to find the number of subarrays in the map, you have to check for current prefix sum value and minus k. Means you are saying current prefix sum is 3 and the number I was looking for is also 3. So basically whatever the number of frequency count for this subtraction key, which is 0, that will be my number of subarrays till now. So if you see 3 minus 3 0 means inside the hash map we have 2 frequency, means it indicates that we have 2 such subarrays which is having 3 summation. And if you see here from starting I have this one and second one is this, and it is the correct information. So hence inside the map we don't have to look for this prefix sum. No, we have to look for this prefix sum minus k. Now let's say initially we have only 3 as a subarray and we were looking for 3 also. So in that case how would you look? In the map you will add for 3 I have 1. So when you will do this prefix sum 3 minus this k3, so it will become 0, and in the map so you don't have anything. That is why it is very important to initialize your map with 0 key and the frequency count 1, so that whenever you will find a single subarray also, so that difference 0 will be present inside the key saying yes, at least there is one such key present. So if you see here, if we would have initialized this 0 with 1 and this extra 2 will become 3. Okay, yes. So now for 0 I can say the count frequency will be 3. And if you see total number of subarrays was 3 only. How? This first one, now the second one, and now the third one. So total number of subarrays is 3, and that's what prefix sum minus k is holding inside the map, and that frequency value will give us the total number of subarrays count. And without frequency and hash map you cannot solve with the optimize approach. No. So you have to understand this. So what we want a right pointer which will be pointing it here, or basically with a single point I want every value one by one na. So we can use for each loop also in Java. Means for one by one I want to pick every element, or you can go with the for r loop also. If for loop I will write starting initialize r with 0 and then I want it to go till nums dot length, correct? Yes, and I want to do r plus plus. Okay, now inside this what I want to add the numbers. So for prefix sum I will initialize a prefix sum variable outside with 0 and I will say in my prefix sum I will simply add the current nums of r value. Okay, now once I added I have to check if that subtract like prefix sum minus k is there in the map or not, correct? So I will initialize my target here and in my target I will save prefix sum minus k. Now I have to look in the map key if map dot contains key. So I am looking for key. What key? As a target I am looking, and if it is present then what I want to do? I want to count its frequency as a number of subarray. So number of subarray I want to store in my answer variable. So we can say count also with 0, and here I will do count plus equal to what? The value. And how will I read the value? That will be map dot get with that key target, correct? And it will return, and that I will add in my answer. Okay, if not then I can simply put that same value inside it. So initially 1 is there now, so definitely target will be prefix sum 1 minus k means minus 2, and minus 2 is not there in the map, so obviously I want to add this one in my map, correct? So what I will write? I will write map dot put. What will be the key? Key will be nums of right index, correct? Correct. Now what value I want to put? So I don't know if it is there or not in the map, so I will say get or default. Now nums of right if it is there, otherwise initialize with 0 and add this plus 1 to it, and at the end we can simply say key after coming out of the for loop we can return our count as an answer here. And one more thing, here we will initialize the map. Okay, that I'm considering you will initialize. And one more thing, if you remember, I told to put 0 as a key and 1 as a frequency at the starting, because for 3 case, obviously you won't find this 3 minus k3 means 0 in the map, so you won't found any answer. So hence initially you have to put this 0 with 1 frequency in the map, and that code will give you the total number of count of subarrays. I will definitely recommend to all of you to once dry run this on your own and then submit on your own as well. I have given you proper reasoning ki why we will apply this prefix sum plus hash map only and not sliding window and cadence here. Now let's see the time complexity. As you can see, this loop has run for O of n because our pointer is running from this, or even if you are using the for each loop, then you will be end up adding all these numbers one time at least, and that will be O of n. And inside it we are not using any extra pointer, so total time complexity will be O of n only. Now let's see the space complexity, and space complexity also will be in worst case O of n. It might happen ki in the worst case we will end up adding all such numbers inside the map. Okay, so now with the same idea we can go here and we can write in the code editor. Now what we want, I want the hash map, correct? So I want a hash map with key also integer type and value also integer type, correct? Yes. I want to name it map new hash map. Let's initialize this. Okay, I want to initialize inside my map. I want to put a 0 as a key and 1 as a value, correct? After this I want to initialize a count variable to store our answer, and I want to run a for loop like for right pointer, or I can take a for each loop also. So int, let's say n in my nums 1 by 1 I want. Okay, now I want a prefix sum variable also to add all such number. So let's initialize the prefix sum variable with 0. Here inside it I can simply say ki prefix sum plus is equal to n. After adding this, our task is to check if that difference is present in the map or not. So what we can say, ki if map dot contains key what? Prefix sum, of course, minus k. If it is there, then what is our task? Inside the count we have to add its frequency. What frequency? Map dot get, of course, prefix sum minus k, that is our target. So prefix sum minus k. Okay, we will add it, and after coming out our task is to put every such number like prefix sum. So map dot put, we will put prefix sum. We need to correct here in the screen, we have written this nums of r and nums of r here. I meant prefix sum here. Okay, prefix sum, like this is unique number na, that we want to put in the map. Okay, so small correct. So here we will add that prefix sum, and we don't know if it is present already there in the map or not, so we will use get or default value in the map if it is already there. So what is there? That is nothing but prefix sum, correct? So we are looking if prefix sum is there, otherwise we can initialize with 0 and then we have to add it, like initialize, increment it. At the end we can simply return count is an answer. So now it's running and we can submit this code now, and as you can see the code has been submitted with 93.98%. so means it was the fastest code, and the time complexity was O of n in this case. And if you're from Python background, with the same approach, here is your Python code, you can check it here. And if you are from C++ background, here is your C++ code as well. I hope you understood each and every concept here, because this question was little bit confusing, but as it is from prefix sum, so it is very important to understand whenever negative number becomes a part, we cannot use sliding window. We can use cadence or prefix, but cadence whenever we only have to find the maximum summation and not number of count of subarrays. Hence it was number of count of subarrays. That is why we have used the prefix sum concept along with the hash map. And all these you can identify only when you know all these patterns in depth. Don't worry, we will be doing all these questions one after another. So after solving multiple questions, you will be able to understand and you will be able to build the logic on your own as well. So that's it. With this, we can go in our sheet and we can mark the very first question of the prefix sum. And I hope you guys are doing with me. If yes, do let me know in the comment section ki yes, solved or submitted or understood, so that I can also get to know that you guys are also solving with me. And if you are new to this channel, we are following this Rising Brain pattern wise DSA sheet. All the link of the sheet and my social media links if you want to connect with me. All the links will be there in the description. You can get it from there. And that's it. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't hesitate to share with your friends as well. So that's all. Let's meet in another video with some more interesting topic and questions. Till then, keep learning, take care of yourself and your family too.